Welcome to Are You Paying Attention?
Hello.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm David, and we're here to talk about Big Brother.
What? It's just this game.
Yeah.
This game is happening.
Up and down. We're loving it.
Polly is bye-bye. Polly is in that juror house, and boy, do I want to see some footage of him in that juror house.
I wonder how claustrophobic he's feeling in that juror house right now.
Oh my gosh. Just the eyes from Day, Bridget, and Zakia.
Oh, they're going to be so happy to see him arrive.
Such good stuff that I wish we could see.
They didn't show all of the bad stuff that he was doing.
Sure, I mean, there's no time to show all the bad stuff he did.
They did show some of it.
They did. I really enjoyed some of the edits. I think they gave him a good arc.
Yeah.
Some people were like, that was too sympathetic. But he's human. Let's show the ups and the downs.
Yes, yeah. He has real feelings and emotions, you know?
Although, when he's on that stage with Julie and he tries to tell us that was all an act for strategy. No, sir. No, sir. We do not buy that 1 second.
No.
And then just for good measure, he threw in a nice sexist comment about how crying works for girls but not for guys.
You can always count on Polly for that.
But you're just sexist.
And I did love when Julie was like, oh, do you think you'll see Zakia outside of the house? He's like, oh, you know, I think it's too soon to tell. Julie's like, that's a no. That's a no, folks.
Polly. But then they tell us that one of the jurors will be battling back into the house. And if you look at that house right now, that jury house, Polly hands down has that.
Usually with the battle back competition, it's not physical. It's really a game of luck. Like, I remember when Nicole battled back, it was just like you had to roll a ball and then like it just lands where it lands, you know? So it's
That's true. You never know.
Hopefully he doesn't have a huge physical advantage because I would really not want him back in the house, but...
Well, that would be some drama, but let's get to there.
Yes.
So Polly's out. We go into another HOH competition. There was also some carnival footage, whatever.
Who cares?
Who cares?
It was this big black box in the backyard, and I loved it.
Such a good comp.
Yes.
I would have been like James. James was like, this is so cool. I'd have been like that. Everyone else is like, what's going on? Paul's like, gonna
People are like legitimately scared inside. I'm like, nothing's gonna happen to you.
No, come on.
So they have to put the discs on the ring and whatever, and they come out, and Natalie and Corey have tied, but Natalie eked it out because she got her 10th disc like 4 seconds before Corey.
4 seconds. So a tie was broken by who got it first, and she beat him by 4 seconds.
Which was great. I'm so happy Natalie won HOH.
Cool. So cool. So she's excited. She has that title, but then, oh my god, wait, there's responsibility that goes with this.
Now I've got to make some decisions.
And so she smartly is realizing who the strong players are. And even though Nicole and Corey are showmans, guess what? Paul and Victor are also kind of a showmans. They're clearly a duo. So she's talking about how strong they are together, which is very valid.
Yes. And Nicole is already going to work on James and Natalie, trying to like create this final 4 deal with them, with her and Corey, which is smart. Like team those 4 up and just get the rest of those 3 out. You're good to go.
This is the first time we've seen Nicole like really dive into gameplay.
Yes.
Like she's been covering her ass has really been her strategy up until now. But this is the first time she was like, look, I am not coming after you guys. Let's work together. Yeah. So I was actually impressed with Nicole on that one.
Yeah. And, you know, at the end of the day, she's trying to avoid her and Corey getting up on the block.
Right.
And she sort of succeeds in directing attention away from them to Paul and Victor.
James is sort of sucked into working with Nicole and Corey now. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. America's Care Package falls from the sky.
It's who I voted for, Michelle.
Finally! We've been saying for weeks to give Michelle a package. And then it turns out to be the one where it's a co-HOH and they're like, oh, what do we do?
I loved so much though that she could not get the package open to save her life. And then she was like, C-O-H-O-H.
She said C-O-H-O-H. What does that mean?
What is that? Michelle. And everyone was like, Michelle, it's co-HOH.
And then she's like, ah!
Yeah, and Natalie acted very excited. I don't know if she legitimately was, but she played some good game there, acting excited to share responsibility with Michelle.
Yeah.
And then they sort of go right to work talking about, okay, we have to work together now. Who are our targets?
And of course, Michelle's like, my target is Nicole.
Of course, because she's been gunning for Nicole for weeks.
Yes, and Natalie did a really good job of being like, cool, but...
Yeah, what do you think?
Who is the strongest players in this house?
Yeah.
And they talked through it, and Michelle's easily swayed that yes, Paul and Victor are a strong duo and they need to be broken up.
Yeah, because Michelle recognizes Paul is playing an excellent social game and he's just a good all-around player. Victor is a competition beast, so, you know, she's drawn into this plan.
And I get it, you guys. We now all like Paul.
Yeah.
We don't want to see Paul go because he's entertaining, but he's a strong player.
Yeah.
He is officially a threat now, so you have to understand why you would put him up on the block.
We love Paul, but we're not in the game. From their perspective, he could win this thing, so they've got to get him out while they can.
Yes. So nominations, they split it up. Natalie nominates Victor.
Yes.
And Michelle nominates Paul.
Because Michelle was like very strongly against nominating Victor herself. So Natalie was like, well, then I'll put him up. Like,
They're friends.
I don't care.
Spoiler alert, Paul and Victor, well, this probably isn't a spoiler. Not happy about it.
Yeah.
But from then on, spoiler alert, is that Paul actually does win the veto.
Yes.
We should back up a smidge because as soon as nominations happen, Natalie and Michelle
are
regret
distraught.
it.
Yeah, they're crying, they're upset, they think they made a mistake, and then Paul and Victor are working that and saying like, we thought we were working together. Friendship.
Yeah, Paul and Victor did a great job of like, we were loyal to you, I can't believe you guys did this, make them feel bad, and they're like, don't worry about it, one of us is gonna win veto, here's what we're gonna do. And they did a really good job of sort of manipulating Natalie and Michelle into like moving forward to a plan B, which is totally good gameplay.
Right.
Totally understandable.
But James is not happy about the girls like backtracking on their plan. He's like, we made a plan, we need to stick to this. And I think in James's mind, he's still targeting either Paul or Victor.
Yes.
And he's sort of 100%. A swing vote because, you know.
Oh, he's absolutely. Yeah. Well, he's still sticking to the fact that Paul and Victor are the strongest competitors, and which is true. Yeah. You think Corey would be, but he hasn't really won much.
No, and I don't believe that he's just been throwing comps all season.
No. No, he's not. So James knows that he's got to get these physical threats out. I totally get that. And it comes down to James's vote is really the only one that matters.
Yeah.
So here we are now. Paul has pulled himself down off of the block for veto, and that means Michelle had to put up a replacement nominee.
Right.
As much as she wanted it to be Nicole, she was convinced that Corey is the bigger threat of the duo, so he is now on the block with Victor.
Right. Victor is sort of the target, it seems, still, because I've heard
in James's mind, for sure.
Yes, but I heard that on the feeds, they were planning that they were going to tell Victor that he was safe and that Corey was the target to, like, ease his mind, but it was like all a ruse and they were going to get Victor out.
It's flipping, and I don't feel like we're going to know until Thursday how this plays out. I think that James is probably going to stick to his guns unless Natalie really works some magic. He's going to probably stick with Victor being the threat, but I know that Michelle, at her heart of hearts, doesn't want to, and we've seen Michelle flip the house before. Like, she's good at changing her mind and getting people on board with that. So I don't feel like Corey or Victor are really safe.
Because we've got 3 votes. Right? We've got James, Nicole, and Paul voting. Paul's going to vote for Corey to be evicted. Nicole's obviously voting for Victor, so...
It's really just James's vote. That's all that counts this week.
Yeah.
So let's play out some scenarios here, because we know that whoever is evicted this week...
has another chance.
They're gonna fight back with the rest of the jury house.
Yes.
Now, at this point, Pauly is the clear... leader in my mind, although, like we mentioned, who knows?
Right.
But if Victor is evicted this week, then we've got a good battle between Victor and Pauly.
And if Victor wins his way back in this house like...
That would be insane.
Just give him the $500,000.
I kind of just want to see that. I kind of want Victor evicted this week just so I can see him battle back again.
That would be great. Because then he's going to light that house on fire because he's like, you guys voted me out twice and I'm still here.
The other side of that, if they somehow convince James to vote Corey out this week, he was Pauly's ride or die. So now Corey and Pauly are battling back in, but only one of them could get in, or neither. But if one of them, let's say Pauly, battles back in and he doesn't have Corey there anymore, that does change things. And I don't know if anybody else would be willing to partner up with Pauly.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It would only leave Nicole and Michelle. It ain't gonna be Michelle. Maybe Nicole would, but I feel like at this point, she would know better. She would partner up with James.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just another scenario that could possibly happen.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Once Paul and Victor are broken up, it is kind of like, where do alliances fall now?
Yes.
You know?
Which I think is smart gameplay. I think break up duos and make people battle it out themselves.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Paul, I also love James, and I really enjoy Natalie. And Victor's super strong. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of good players right now, which is exciting to watch. And I'm open to whoever gets evicted and whoever wins, you know?
Absolutely. Nicole has not been playing a great game all season, but she seems to be coming alive a little bit right now. Like, hopefully
she gets the game, though.
Yeah.
We know she gets the game. We just haven't seen her.
And to her credit, she has not been on the block once all season. So that's playing some kind of game there to keep yourself off the block all season.
That's true, that's true, that's true. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Who are you rooting for?
Who are you rooting for this week?
Who do you want to see come back in the jury competition.
And who do you want to see get this care package? Because this is a weird one. It's a bride.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even care about this one. This last co-HOH one was so smart on Big Brother part with the numbers and that leaving like one swing vote because 2 people now can't vote.
Yep.
That was really, really cool on Big Brother's part. But this bride one, I'm interested to see how that even lays out. Only Victor, Paul, and Corey are eligible.
Right.
One of them is not going to be in the house to get it, probably.
Right.
I was scratching my head on this one.
Yeah.
You guys let me know who we should vote for.
Yes, for sure. And click subscribe and we'll be back next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.